Drehtür. Ja. Gut für Überlandephase. Schön. Also sind wir Mutter? Nee. Ich habe gesagt, kann ich nicht, wenn wir jetzt mal machen. Ja, alles Mögliche. Das war ja schon viel Jahre. Bis später.
So, meine sehr verehrten Damen und Herren, herzlich willkommen bei der Partnerfete 2025. Wir sind im Abendprogramm, die Sparkassen Sportgala, und heißen Sie herzlich willkommen zu einem der Highlights im Springparcours, der Defender Cup, die Qualifikation zur FEI World Cup Prüfung der Springreiter am Sonntag. Es geht für die Besten der Welt heute darum, sich also für Sonntag zu qualifizieren und um nicht weniger als um über 100.000 Euro Dotierung in dieser Prüfung. Ganz klassisch gerichtet nach Strafpunkten und Zeit, kein Stechen, keine Siegerrunde, kein zweiter Umlauf, nichts. Eine Runde, die zählt, in der man gut sein muss, seine beste Leistung zeigt und am besten natürlich am Ende ganz vorne steht. Wir haben einen Parcours hier vor uns, meine sehr verehrten Damen und Herren, der sich nicht nur natürlich über Höhe definiert, auch wenn er 1,55 Meter groß ist, hoch ist, sondern es geht um technische Aufgaben. Es geht um visuelle Aufgaben. Es geht darum, die Reiterinnen und Reiter und die Pferde auf anderen Wegen als über die Höhe zu fordern. Und wir schauen uns einmal die Linienführung an. Es geht los bei Hindernis Nummer 1. Das ist der Partnerpferd Ochser mit den grünen Ständern. Dann weiter zu Hindernis Nummer 2. Es wartet der FEI Jumping World Cup Leipzig Steilsprung als nächste Aufgabe. Dann am Ein- und Ausritt vorbei, so eine dieser Hürden. Pferde ziehen natürlich gerne Richtung Ein- und Ausritt. An dem reiten wir weiter zum Sport im Osten-Steilsprung. Da sehen Sie eine Besonderheit. Sie sehen Einfarbigkeit, also ausschließlich weiß. Warum haben zum Beispiel Bahnschranken mehrere Farben? Klar, damit man sie besser sehen kann. Und in diesem Fall macht es die Einfarbigkeit ein bisschen schwerer. Dazu haben wir eine ganz leichte Planke als oberstes Element. Die Auflage, die ist umgedreht, also die ist glatt. Wenn diese Planke berührt wird, wird sie in der Regel auch fallen. Dann geht es weiter vor dem Ehrengastbereich. Nähersprung der Sparkasse Leipzig und der Finanzgruppe Sachsen. Eine mächtige Trippelbarre. Hindernis Nummer 4. Die sieht mächtig aus, in der Regel aber nicht unbedingt eine große Fehlerquelle. Anders dann vielleicht schon wieder danach. Die Distanz zum richtigen Hindernis Nummer 5, die richtige Distanz dorthin. Staffex und teurer Trucks. Sehr, sehr luftig in Deutschlandfarben gehalten. So, dann ein bisschen zum Durchatmen, aber auch nicht so lange aus der Wendung heraus. Gehen wir durch die Diagonale der Bahn, durch die dreifache Kombination. Steil, Ochser, 2 Galoppsprünge, steil hinten raus. Linker Hand dann weiter. Verschnaufen können wir eigentlich nie, denn wir müssen ja die Zeit beachten. Wir wollen ja flott sein und vorne stehen. Aus der Wendung gerade noch ein bisschen entschärft. Eben war da auch noch eine Planke bei Hindernis Nummer 7, dem Schwanensteilsprung. Jetzt ist es doch eine weiße Stange geworden. Aber auch hier sehen Sie ganz viel Luft dazwischen. Also auch für die Pferde, so eines dieser optischen Highlights oder eben die Schwierigkeiten, um diesen Sprung richtig zu taxieren. Genauso luftig dahinter der nächste Sprung, Hindernis Nummer 8. Einfarbigkeit in den Stangen, ganz kleine Büsche unten und dann viel Luft zum Reinschauen. Idee-Café ist Hindernis Nummer 9. Idee-Café mit bunten Stangen. Dann geht es mittig im Parcours über Hindernis Nummer 10 unseres Partners im Weltcup. Longines, der Longines FEI Jumping World Cup. Und dann zum Ein- und Ausritt hin, die Pferde gut bei sich behalten. Denn dann kommt Hindernis Nummer 11 wieder, so leicht abwerfbar, diese Planke. Dazu ein kleines Farbspiel, nur ein kleiner gelber Streifen ist es. Und Sie haben es gerade vielleicht gesehen, ganz leicht, also kann auch diese fallen. Und dann auf der rechten Hand Defender, mächtig noch einmal der Ochser bei Hindernis Nummer 12. Beschließt unsere 390 Meter Bahnlänge, 12 Hindernisse, 14 Sprünge und ein erlaubtes Zeitmaß von 67 Sekunden. Der legendäre Defender, das Original, steht für Robustheit, Langlebigkeit und Leidenschaft wie kein anderer. Mit seinem ikonischen Design und der modernsten Geländetechnik bleibt er auch im 21. Jahrhundert das Maß der Dinge. Der Defender ist in 3 Längen und verschiedensten Antriebsvarianten für jegliche Herausforderung gerüstet. Mit 3,5 Tonnen Anhängelast und bis zu 8 Sitzen ist er Ihr perfekter Begleiter. Ihre Defender-Partner erwarten Sie in Halle 3, Stand H22 mit der kompletten Defender-Familie oder natürlich bei Ihren Defender-Partnern in Leipzig und Dresden. Longines FI Jumping World Cup Qualifier. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this international class with the penalties and time. The qualification for the Longines FI Jumping World Cup Grand Prix on Sunday. The length of the course, ladies and gentlemen, 390 meters. We have 12 obstacles, 14 efforts. The time allowed is 67 seconds for the 48 competitors to go. 48 Paare stehen auf unserer Liste. Ganz klassisch, Fehler und Zeit, kein Stechen, nichts. Diese eine Runde entscheidet heute Abend über Sieg oder Niederlage. Die Beste der Beste, meine sehr verehrten Damen und Herren, aus den Top 25 der Weltrangliste sind 10 zu Gast hier in Leipzig. Wir freuen uns als erstes auf einen mehrmaligen niederländischen Meister im Sattel. Die große Preise von Amsterdam, Sertogenbosch und viele weitere stehen in seiner Vita. Zweimalig Gold bei den niederländischen Meisterschaften. Bekommt hier am Einritt noch die letzten Tipps. Die brauchen doch gar nicht. Ein Meister seines Fachs. Highway TNNOP hat er dabei, meine sehr verehrten Damen und Herren. Und auf geht es mit großem Applaus für Willem Geven, Niederlande.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Friday night in Leipzig and big international jumping with some of the world's very best. Welcome along for the ride. Exciting night of sport, big money, €105,500, ranking class, 1 round, faults and time. And we get underway with Highway. Highway TNNOP and Willem Greve going to kick things off. We saw, of course, a opening skirmish yesterday evening. But this has been such a super stallion, hasn't it? Big part of his career in recent years, from that major Grand Prix win in Den Bosch last March, and then more recently jumping some really strong rounds in Mechlin. He ended up in 8th in the World Cup, that Longines World Cup 2 weeks ago. Through the combination front Rottenberger's course.
Super Auftakt, Willem Greven.
Oh, can't ask for a better way to start, can you? 60.07, Willem Greven, Highway 8, TNNOP. How far down the road that puts them, only time will quite literally tell, and there's a lot of jumping to come ahead of us, so we'll see how it all begins to pan out. We've got 48 of them coming forward.
Deze is Kayak.
The biggest names in the sport, of course. Strong lineup, as you would expect at home here in Germany. Live with you on FEI TV. Theodore Boris for Israel goes next, and this is Kayak. 10-year-old by Triumph de Mus. Already with a strong standard, I would suggest, as he comes down through that combination. Very open, isn't it, in the middle part, that parallel. And you get into this top line, only the 3 strides. Then you come back round. .64.71 gives us an indication that Willem was quick, because that's nearly 5 left of the way. But safe and sound, jumps to clear. 0 penalties for Theodor Boris.
Teilnehmer der Olympischen Spiele, Weltreiterspielen und Europameisterschaften. Olala van Overis, der Blause Geir Gulliksen, Norwegen.
Lovely little replay. What a great round from these two last night. Geir Gulliksen, so good. Top 6, and he was so early to go in the class, was Jimmy. Olala van Overis, this lovely mare. These two get on so well. We'll see what the second night brings. But he was really pushing from the start. It was a quality round, sadly, tonight at Longines FEI Jumping World Cup. Fence getting in the way early doors and bringing up that score of 4. It's a different sort of challenge this evening. It's quite a bit bigger than it was last night. 1.55 m they're jumping this evening. All building towards that Longines FEI Jumping World Cup round. The Leipzig leg of the Western European League, which will take place here on Sunday, live, of course, on FEI TV. Also got the driving here this week. It's a double header. It's the last leg of the Longines FEI Driving World Cup qualifiers over the weekend. It's going to be a shame he just had that one fence down, because again, Olala jumping really well, and Geir Gulliksen great form. But sadly, the fence did go, and 63.86. Seconds away from Willem Greven, who has certainly put a little bit of pressure on those to go. I'm not convinced it'll be the winning time, not from first to go. I've seen it happen before, but it is more rare because you've got nothing to compare to. You know, as a rider, that a good number of them will have been watching. They still will be now. If they're later in the draw, they're probably sat in the grandstand watching the first half of the class at the very least. Next up is Christoph Konnemann. First chance of the night for Germany. Henry W. 11-year-old by the Great Emerald. Was in Basel last week, top 10 on the opening night. After jumping some really nice rounds in Frankfurt. That was just prior to Christmas. Oh, he's gone for the gap. He really had to sit back and make that turn work. And I mean, it was a tremendous effort. He got the turn, but I think we might see one or two others be able to ride that a little bit smoother. He's getting close, though, to Villeneuve. 61-62. He's a second away, and I think it is that ability just to be able to ride a turn like that and keep it smooth, because suddenly if you slightly overshoot the turn, then you find, I mean, you've got brilliant inside lines, but you've got to. You're going to need to do all of that and some this evening. But when you slightly overshoot, you have to slow down and count strides. You look at lines. But momentum, because the moment you take a little bit out of that momentum, it costs perhaps more than anything in this game. Next up, Sasha Nigalil is for Denmark. Noah de Cavalerie, 12-year-old stallion by Ustinov. Nice and smooth, that little 3-stride distance. Much easier. She found that inside line, kept it really tight. Now 60.07 is coming under threat. Sasha is looking fast. Not going to be a lot in it, but she got a brilliant shot to the last. That's the new leading time. We're under 60 seconds already. And it is still so early. Sasha Nigalil to the top of the leaderboard, the Danish rider. Finds that freedom, maybe trial, 2.5 tenths on Villeneuve and Highway TN make Denmark, Netherlands and Germany. All bar one of the opening 5 as well have all here. Lovely choppable course, and whenever Frank giving them plenty of different options. Frank Rottenberger, one of the great course designers of his generation, is working here with Christian Weingand. Now the turn of Leslie Wolf. So this is another chance for Germany. Riding Chris. It's wonderful. Easy to pronounce names this evening. This 10-year-old stallion by Contendro, and down it goes. So the chance goes with it. Johnson, nice rounds with this horse in Poznan and Warsaw in the World Cup legs there in the 3- and 4-star series prior to the new year. Of course, the Western European League, the Senior League riders try to qualify on Sunday, picking up points to qualify for Basel, where as much as we were there last week for their regular leg, it'll be Basel that in April hosts the final of the Longines FEI Jumping World Cup and the Dressage World Cup. 64 time. It is the score of 8 for Leslie Wolf.
Kan die beiden Abwürfe bei 8 Fehlerpunkten. 8 penalties, 2 fouls down for Leslie Wolf and Chris in the time of 64 seconds flat.
See those blanks. Have a little look and see how big we are this evening. There's not many more holes left on these wings. Next up, Robert Whittaker, the British contender, who is moving his way rapidly up those world rankings, but also he's 73 on the world rankings. But he's also, of course, has climbed high on the Western European League, thanks to this wonderful stallion, 12 years of age, called Vimento. because he has had quite some season over the winter period. He's currently second on the FEI Jumping World Cup standings for the Western European League. He won the qualifier in Helsinki. He had as well that second place down in Spain. This is the beautiful stallion by Argento, bred by Robert's father John. And Robert rode this horse. Oh dear! That's really unusual. He was certainly not on the stride he wanted to be. It's just a little different. You are coming quite square across the arena. I was about to say, because these two were on the winning team with father and son, John and Robert, alongside Ben Mayer and Tim Gradley in the summer of last year, winning the Nations Cup in Hickstead. He'll have wanted for more, but Sunday's the aim. He hasn't already. I'm pretty sure he has enough points on that Western European League, sat up there in second at the moment. Not concerned too much, but we're not done yet. He completely got that wrong, and there's no other way to describe it. Well, the next up will be for Italy. Giacomo Casadi, riding here with Chacarcon PS, German bred by Chaco Blue. First fence goes down. Disappointing for this young man. He's only just really come out of young riders over the last couple of years. He's still only 23 years of age. So he's had his partner in this sport for the years that have seen him come through the top end of the youth ranks into the senior ranks. Coming home on a total of 12, 3 fences have fallen between the first and the last. Last doesn't really stay up. 64.93 on the clock, and 12 is the score. So the top 3, we still have Sacheni Gabriel, No Other Cavalry leading the way. Denmark clear in 59.83. Willengrave, Highway TNNOP, sitting in second, also clear 60.07. And then Christoph Konneman, Henry W. holding third. 62. Less than 2 seconds, covering 3. As Bianca Babanitz next up on a 2 for Austria. In fact, Austria have got 2 out of the next 3 to go. So this is a lady that rode at the World Championships for Austria back in 2022. She's riding the horse that took her to the top 10 in the Grand Prix of Frankfurt. Also in the Grand Prix of Salzburg, her last 2 big competitions prior to coming here to Leipzig, and that ends up just being a little bit too close, tipping down and forward. Deciding now to take those slightly wider lines. She's got 8 penalties. There's no need for her to be cutting in if she doesn't have to. She's actually picked up time penalties as well, which is a first. The time allowed is set at 67 seconds. And you pick up 1 penalty for every commenced 4. Sorry, try that again. 1 penalty for every commenced 1. It's been a long day. And of course it used to be 4, but it is for the last however many years, just 1. 1 for 1. So she picks up 2. Bianca Babinets, Dakota on a total of 10. Still Sasha got a little leading. Next up, it's the turn of Marco Kutscher. Germany, full of strength in depth here this evening with their riders, and I'm sure this crowd will be really hoping for one of theirs to perhaps find their way to the top of the line. Marco now with the 12-year-old stallion by Armitage called Aventador S. Had a wonderful career in the sport, in numerous World Cup finals, of course on teams as well in Nations Cups for Germany. European champion of 2005 on Montenda, that he also took the bronze medal on in Marco Polo back in 2004. Got a good start to this round. It's amazing how fast these fencers come towards you. There really isn't a lot of time. What about that? We're getting even quicker. Never mind sub 60. That's 56.15, and Germany lead the way. Brilliant. You know, like as I said, the fences do come so fast. I mean, if you average out what is it now in this 14 different jumping effort, it goes around there in 56 seconds. That's a fence coming at you at least on average every 4. Max Kühne sees us take our first look at one of the riders here tonight, currently ranked inside the world's top 10 for Austria. World number 8 on the Longines ranking list. And here with EIC Cooley Jump the Q, the gelding by Pacino. So had a very strong season last year, certainly coming out on the global tour, and this is a lovely horse, but unfortunately has also found its way to having an early fence. Gone to plan this evening for Max. Oh, yeah, that horse Cooley jumped the queue in the World Cup class, the Longines FPI Jumping World Cup class in Basel last Sunday. 10th place was, I'm sure, probably will it be the ride he uses on Sunday? We will find out. Got a lovely stable of horses, so there's every chance he's still trying to decide.
Vitiki tanzt schon mal ein bisschen. Macht sich locker.
Always a lot of support for this man in the form of Yuri Mansur, the yellow jacket, famed for Yuri, of course rides for Brazil, and it's the beautiful Vitiki. The roof really did rattle last week in Basel when he won the Golden Drum. That brilliant class that takes place on a Saturday night in Basel. Really special competition, and these two, the second combination, only the second combination ever in that class's history to win it as a combination back to back. And it was so popular, and he did it the hard way because he had to do it from first draw in the jump off. Nicely done. Confidence, as we know, works. Surely.
Super, Yuri Mansur.
Well, it's not quite fast enough to take to the top, but well then, Yuri, you've come into second, and Vitiki. So
Aber dann doch fast 2 Sekunden langsamer als Marco Kutscher. 3 bestes Ergebnis. Second place, Yuri 57.99 seconds. Und jetzt wieder ein Talent aus Belgien im Sattel von Mitte van de Bishop und von Plot Blue und Parco. Begrüßen wir herzlich Jules van Hooijdonk, Belgien.
Well, we move our attention now from Yuri to Jules, and this is the first for Belgium of the night. Jules van Hooijdonk, Van de Bishop, the 13-year-old mare by Plot Blue. There are the rising youth stars in this sport, which is, we've got so much young talent in. We often bang on about young horses all the time, but I've been saying over the past few months, it's been really noticeable how there's a shift. It doesn't take away our top jockeys and the jockeys of the generations that we've been able and will still be able to enjoy, but there is so much young talent coming up in this sport, and this young man is only 23, and look at him go. Tell you what, Marco Kutscher, hold on, because you might. Well, he has got as close as we've seen, 57.49. He's dislodged Yuri out of second. Marco will, for the moment, hold on in the lead. You can see just how happy he is, and as I say, 23. With that horse, Minter van der Bishop, he put in a starring performance a couple of years ago down at the Young Rider Europeans. His last year there, he was Team Silver. He actually finished individually in the top 5. He's certainly a jockey that knows how to handle the pressure. Talking of which, here is a man that would be able to handle, I think, any pressure that was put on him. Former Arkham winner, Mr. Consistent, delivers time and time again for Ireland. And he has done so with this ride, of course, at a championship level. Dennis Lynch goes next, and he's riding tonight with Brooklyn Heights. Beautiful gelding of Molly Ostrom's and his that is now 16. Second, these two in the World Cup class in Stuttgart in Germany. Last time we were in Germany, of course, that was the other day. Not his night, is it? Dennis, bad luck. Brooklyn Heights on a total of 12. But I think, again, it goes back to the quality of the course designing as well tonight. Frank and Christian have really got these riders thinking, and this is always the case. Riders need to keep balance and rhythm to be able to keep the level of control that they need. Of course, distances lengthen and shorten, and the riders need to understand that and be able to make the adjustments with their horses. Interesting on the replay. But, that's what it comes down to in this sport. And the course designers always looking to sort of line up the course, make it jumpable, but really test all those assets. Now, a man that has passed the test time and time again in this sport, one of the greats, and another that's been notably moving back up on the world rankings, former world number 1 Peter Fredriksson tonight with the great Catch Me S. This ride that has been the mainstay alongside his other horses in recent time. Rode at the Olympics in Paris last year, a man that has twice won silver, but tonight has had 2 down. It is 8. It is 65 at 35. Fredriksson and Catch Me S. So nothing's changed since Marco Kutscher got into the lead. He's still out in front, 56.15. Jules van Hooijdonk sitting in second place, the young man from Belgium. There is such a long way still to go in this class this evening, and Marco's done enough. We will find out. Marlon Zanatelli, GB Diamantino. He was a little unlucky last week in Basel, had the odd fence in the wrong place. But that's the way it goes. He had a brilliant win with this horse in Verona. It showed just how good these two are, and we've seen it on several occasions. Brazilian start, Marlon Zanatelli. This is now 13 in the mare. But tonight, again, finding a fence. Well, they're finishing on that score of 4:58.79. Keeping a pace, we're seeing plenty now dropping in sub 60 seconds. Not sure how much faster we get into the 55 bracket. I think it'll probably be one in the 55 bracket. In terms of time, we will see. But Annelies Wolfmans goes next, one of the leading ladies from Belgium. With Ubrisco. 10-year-old by Yarico. Belgium sitting second, as we know, with Jules van Hooijdonk. around the combination. Jumped in nicely, jumped through the middle well, gets out over the final part. Now, unable to quite make that inside turn, she has had to go the slightly wider route. Can save yourself a second there. Jumped a nice round. Just one more fence to go, although she could have just... Yeah, I'm not sure she was in necessarily the right place. These Wilson's disappointment that she's on 4, although it was quite a steady round in terms of time. It's become slightly more costly if you had a fence down as well. She could have got herself into 7th, but in the end, with that fence going down, obviously falling much further, she now 9th for the moment. Germany go again. Maximilian Weishaupt is the next to go. This DSP Rometta Incipit. Year-old mare by Levisson. Finished second in the Grand Prix of Frankfurt just before Christmas, the Sunday before Christmas. So on the 4 then, with one left to jump for Max. And the disappointment of the crowd, and lines up the stride for the final fence again, keeping a really nice rhythm to the round, but 4 is the final score. So now Germany leading the way. Marco Kutscher has done what he can to put this out of reach early on. Replay. For the Netherlands, Roltons in now. Carlson W3 is a 10-year-old gelding by the great Comilfo, the wonderful stallion previously ridden by Marcus Enning. Carlson was by Conrad Oblensky out of Ludger Beerbohm's fabulous mare, Retina Z. Another combination. Jumping in the 4-star. In fact, they were in Salzburg in December. So far so good through the combination, but again it just takes that slightly wider line, which is safer because you can get straighter and you don't find yourself coming into that line on an angle, and therefore perhaps makes the balance slightly easier, although it's the end of the line at 9 that's causing the issue. A lot of people here, isn't there, tonight, Friday night in Leipzig. Very steady, though, from Royal there and Carlson W3. First of the riders, I think, was the first we've seen for the Netherlands this evening. There's not the last. Got last night's winner to come a little bit later on. Yeah, really. France next up, world number 16. Simon Delestre, Dexter Fortinus, part of the bronze medal winning team in the summer of last year. Can you believe again the first fence, and certainly not something you often see with these two. Lovely 12-year-old by Diarado. This is his European Championship ride a couple of years ago and jumped so well in Basel last week. Shows you the difference a week will make from second in that Grand Prix on Friday night. So a week ago, exactly 7 days ago, he was second in the Grand Prix with Dexter in Basel. More chances for France to come a little later. Simon Delestre, though, unfortunately finishing on a total of 12. So, still Marco Jules Yuri, the 1, 2, 3, Germany, Belgium, Brazil. What can this young man do? Philishel to top off another of the super talented young stars that has risen through the ranks in the last few years. He's riding tonight with Carla NRW, another by Comme il faut. Of course, when the World Cup final was held here, was that 2022, wasn't it, when he finished 17th in the World Cup final? He's had a couple of weeks off since jumping in London, but he's going for it. Marco Kutscher's about to drop back a place, because there we have it. And the home crowd have enjoyed that. Really saw the stride to the finish, and there's the smile. Don't you love it when a plan comes together? He rode that with all the confidence you need. But you need the skill, the balance as well. Rode that final fence, and it was what made the difference. He found less than 4/10 of a second away. So Philishel to top off, leading from Marco Kutscher. Jules Van Hooydonk drops back into third now to another of the big names of the sport, and this is the world number 30. Michael van der Vleuten goes next. O'Bailey, Van Het, Bresson, NOP. 11-year-old stallion by Darko. And a top 5 finish with this horse last week, and then of course he rode his top ride, Beauville, that's won him all the medals, including Olympic individual bronze 2 times in a row. Finished second in the World Cup round in Basel last week. He had a very successful trip to Switzerland. Nicely done. Nice and smooth. To the jump. I don't quite think he's fast enough, is he? Not by any means. But it was a good effort. Nice clear round, 64.01. Michael van der Lippen, he looks at the top with Bailey, Van Rizal, NOP there. So, as to the list of clears, doesn't change the order. Philip Schulze top off, leading from Marco Kutscher, Jules Van Hooijdonk. Germany, Belgium so far. Now to Spain. Ivan Serrano-Siad and Rainman, the lovely gelding by Chaco Blend. This is a combination that have got a bit of pace. They have the sort of pace that you need to challenge what we saw from Philippe Schulze top off. We'll have to wait and see. He certainly jumped well, though, at home. He was top 5 in the World Cup round in La Coruña, having finished 3rd in the big class on the previous night. That Longines trophy won a big class in Valencia. But tonight, that plank has slid its way to the floor quite often. So early fence means there's really no need for him to try and ride with the sort of pace he would need to win this. Looks like his stock ties come well loose of his shirt. Nothing to finish there. So Rainman and Ivan Serrano-Siad having the early fence and therefore putting paid to the chance. So we stick with the clears that we have, which currently is 9 of them. And we have 1 more to go before we have a little break for footing maintenance to give the arena team a chance to come in and just make sure that the surface, the sand surface they're jumping on, the arena surface, is maintained. Arrows round and just grade it to ensure the best quality of footing for the second half of this class. But now to the world number 11 for France, Julien Epillard. Easy up to Grandry. These sorts of classes I normally think are right up Julian's alley as one of the fastest, if not fastest, rider in this sport. But this is still quite a new ride and it's got a big stride. It is quick. I haven't yet seen them deliver that sort of awe-inspiring clear. I think there's still just a little bit of work they've been doing. It is a very new horse to him. But you can see again already tonight there's a little bit more confidence than there was last night, and that's better than it was last week. And Julian just working to find those keys. Very smooth through the turn. And there goes the fence. He was looking for the quick turn back after it. Julien tonight. Still learning with easy. The Grandry, or Grandry, the 7-year-old by Janak. But plenty, I'm sure, to come from those two as the year unfolds. Super talent here. We was in Basel last week. He had to talk about the Doge, and what did he do in the World Cup leg? So, one of the best in the sport. Meanwhile, we're going to take a little pause for 5 minutes or so because we are, as you can see, opening up the fence, letting the arena team. At the moment, that is not the order. That's the start list. The order is Philip Schulze top off leading, Francala NRW, Marco Kutscher sitting second with Aben Tandor S, and in third for the moment, Jules Van Hooijdonk and Minute van der Bishop. We'll be back soon over here on the ITV. Go nowhere. And there's a lot more you can catch up gone around the platform. If you've missed any of the World Cup season so far, it's there for you to enjoy. There's a massive year of sport coming your way. European Championship year, of course, that'll all be on across all of the major disciplines. And don't forget tonight, it's driving as well, because if you're driving World Cup final in Barcelona, Bordeaux in a couple of weeks' time, to qualify for that, the series has its final qualifying leg over tonight and the weekend as well. So loads coming your way live.
Sparkassen Sportgala over de Wir haben gehört heute uns, wir stimmen uns ein bisschen ein über den Defender-Pack. Das Highlight im Springbereich und danach heute die große Show, dann natürlich noch der FBI Driving World Cup 4 in Hand heute Abend. Leipzig bleibt noch 40. Jetzt ist er da, Nummer 25, Philipp Schulze-Dordorf, 4 für Marco Moscher und 7 für Neuer. Schafft es noch einmal. Der nächste, der jetzt kommt aus Portugal. Der Niederländer Kraftwasser. Von Karriere von den Leipzig aufwachen, auf geht's. Mario Wilson-Fernandes.
What a start list that's still to come, all the way through to the man that is last to go, the wonderful Martin Fuchs, the world number 5, and the exciting Connor J. So this is certainly not over until the last has gone. Well, this is Portugal's Mario Wilson-Fernandes, Crash Pasta. There's the bell. I wasn't sure if it'd gone or not, but it has now. They are chasing Philipp Schulze-Dordorf and Carla NRW, the 12-year-old mare, leading the way, 55.71 ahead of Marco Kutscher and Aventador S and Jules Van Oudon from Belgium with Minte van der Bishop. That is the order as it currently stands at the top. It's gelding by Carrera VDL, 10-year-old. And that's a shame. Final part, just a gentle nudge, and down it goes. Well, good effort, but time penalties as well. 68.54, so a couple on the clock, as well as the jumping to bring that total up to 6. All that went. The rest of it just came down to being a little bit steady. We have a little nudge there. Right, on we go to probably the man in one of the most informed riders over the past 5 weeks or so. Winner of the World Cup, Longines World Cup leg of Mechlin, with Vestimel de Cotis, who we had the hat-trick of wins down in Spain. This now is Hans-Dieter Dreher with Elysium. Naturally very forward and fast rider, this German star, 41 on the world rankings. Good job at the moment. Where's this going to put him? It's going to put him somewhere. 57.17. He's gone third. Has Hans-Dieter there and Elysium. Combination top 4 in the World Cup leg in Carrera. He's certainly been picking up the points over the last few weeks. A big, beautiful leap. Well, another of the star names from Germany that's been notably working his way back up those world rankings in recent months with some great results as Daniel Deusser. Hugely popular. Right, he's got Gangster Valet Nudeveld. It's gelding by Eldorado. Now currently number 19 on the rankings. John Welver Gangster, a couple of top 10 finishes in Mechlin 2 weeks ago. As he won the Sires class with Tobago there. He was one of the best jumpers I saw. Keeping up quite a nice pace with this round, but I'm pretty sure it's not quick enough. Well, we know it's not quick enough. It's just he's not taken any of the really tight turns. He's let Gangster use the pace and the stride, but not worried too much about trying to turn up too tight. Top 10 for the moment, goes into 9th, 63.11 on the clock. So Daniel Deusser there, another of the names for Germany, getting himself into the top 10, and of course that means the clear rounds continue to grow. We got now 11 clears. On we go, because it's Ireland next. Diarmuid Howley riding Chopin VA. That plank is a good mix of fences though this evening. Can't really, although we've seen the plank fall or the combination fall, but again it starts to, you think about it, move around the course, different places. We've seen the first fence go, the second fence go. In fact, most of the fences at some point have had a little tap. Coming home on the 12, going to be over the 60-second mark as well for the second of the riders for Ireland tonight. Diarmuid Howley and Chopin VA. Riders, of course, majority of riders left are still going to ride for Germany, but there's Hungary, the Netherlands, Norway, Great Britain, Switzerland, and others still to come that are in the mix. Well, one of the biggest cheers so far of the night for the next to go, because it's one of the biggest stars of German jumping, Marcus Enning. Coullier 42. The lovely 12-year-old by Casalito, I should say. Needs to have a best result of third this season in the World Cup season. But of course, he had second in the Grand Prix and isn't back in July on the global tour. Tidy, gets the inside line. 55.71 though is the leading time, and he's not going to catch that. Can he get sub 60? I think that will be difficult, although he might just squeeze in. And 60.41, he's just the other side of the line. So top 10 for the moment goes into 8th place for Mark Senning, and Coolio getting behind him as well. Slots in behind Villengrave ahead of Christoph Gunnemann. Still, Philipp at the top of Marco Kutscher and Dieter there, the 1, 2, 3. It is all Germany at the moment in terms of the podium positions. What about this? The world number 2 rider in the class tonight. The Swiss star, Stig Gerhardt, the beautiful Looping Luna. She's 11, this lovely mare by Lord Fauntleroy. And a very good win in London. We're very close to having a win with her last week in Basel. Similar class, that Friday night class. Just beginning to get quicker. It was the final fence, if my memory serves me correctly, last week that put pay to his chance. Nicely done on the inside. Opened up enough room there, gave himself the inside line again. 2 fences to jump. 55.71 is under threat now. How close can he be? Is it tonight for Steve Gerhardt? 54.10, the world number 2. Showing why he is right at the top of the rankings. And he is putting pressure on Hendrik van Eckermann. If he can pick up the full set of ranking points this evening. Looping Luna, making no mistake this evening. Showing the form we saw in London, that winning form. She's just so athletic, she puts in so much effort. So 54.10 is 1.6 seconds. That's 1.6 seconds faster than Philipp Schulze-Topov. That was a little bit of class. Now it's the turn of Vida Loca. This is Kevin Stahl, of course, one of the combinations for France. And Kevin with this lovely looking 9-year-old mare for the world at number 12. Such an amazing team of horses, hasn't he, in his stable? And he's, of course, the man that will start on Sunday leading the Western European League. If I was Stig Gerhardt, I'd be worried I'm not still going to be in the lead after this round. It's going to get very tight again. He's not quite fast enough to the top, but 56.25. We'll see him go into 4th for the moment as this class is really moving up through the gears in this second half. And the order at the top just beginning to shuffle round. And Vida Loca Z there, the mare by Vigo de Suisse, out of a Cornetta Walensky mare for Kevin Stahl, goes into 4th. Ahead of him, though, it is Marco Kutscher, Philipp Schulze-Topov, 3rd and 2nd, and Stig Gerhardt holding on to the lead. And I think Steve's time is going to be really tough to beat. Not unbeatable, just really tough to beat. Tjeki Frederiksen next, another for Germany. Greece 5. The mare who's 11 by My Lord Carthago. Combination that finished 3rd and on the podium in that Frankfurt Grand Prix in December. and tidy and not too shabby in terms of time, although not as fast as the leading few. But 60 is still a very solid performance. And 58.24 from those two, Tika Fredriksson and Grease 5. Smile on her face. And that will go in. Where that listed on the screen has gone into 8th. Making sure the inside turns where she needs to. Team on the kiss and cry riding along as they watch. Next up, Norway's second try of the evening. We saw his dad a little earlier. Now it's Johann's turn with Equine America Harwich VDL. Johann Sebastian Gulliksen out on the course next. The gelding by Arezzo VDL. This combination last summer, finishing 3rd in the Global Grand Prix in Paris. Getting very sort of down the left-hand side there. I was getting a bit worried he might catch a wing. Now he's on the 4. And it's still the 4 when he finishes, but 58.79 on the time. Of course, fences falling, becoming more and more expensive the more clears we get, and currently a clear round fills the top 15 slots. So the fastest on 4, which is still Julien Epinard, sat down in 16th place as the volume rises once again for Michael Puls. Germany have another go here with Celato. Gets the plank out of the way. Going to be that slow. Should get sub 60 seconds. Leader would already be over the line, but that is still clear, and the volume shows how popular he is. Well done, Michael Colts, and Celiato then into the top 10, 58. These riders doing very, very well for the start. Igeda that leads the way with Looping Luna, 54.10, that leading time. Now Toby's got the music going again, our DJ here for the night, because this is Oak Grove's Commander Bond. Amliade next to go then. First fence behind them. The fence is standing and getting the inside turns. 54.10, the leading time is not going to be challenged on this occasion, but the list of clears is about to grow if he jumps this last fence. Well done. All round for Groves, Commander Bond and Hanliade. Germany in a moment, but Belgium go next. The best from Belgium at the moment was an earlier ride of Jules van Hooydonk, who's sat in 6th place currently. Rick Heimerick goes next in a new de Seigneur for Belgium. Rick's doing a fabulous job at the moment, keeping it steady but clear. Hopefully I haven't cursed him by saying anything too soon, because he's getting a nice tune out of Inu. Ticking on, he's going to be over that 60-second mark, but hopefully from his perspective will also be clear. And that is it, 65.59 is the final time to go into 18th in the order. Rick Heimerick and Inu de Seigneur. Well, great effort so far from so many, but still the order sees Die Gerda leading the way. Now it's Germany once more. Another of their stars with Zinedine. This is David Will. Fresh back from jumping in the United Arab Emirates last week, and good to go now. He's back on home soil here in Leipzig. And got away with a rub and touch coming into that line, but he's still clear and he's quick. Hold on, here comes David Will, 54.10. He's going to be tight to that leading time. There's nothing in it. He's gone for it. Well, he's had the last, 54.25. It's as close as we've seen to Die Gerda's time. He would have gone second by 1.5 tenths of a second. But he had to just gamble a little bit on his way to the defender fence, and down it goes. Have it. 54.25 though. Shows you can get there. But you've got to take a risk or two. It's a little bit like that, and I've got no vested interest. Right. Next up, a man that was in winning form last night. He took the opening class for Leipzig 2025. Jeff Reeling here with Helvel de Schebbes, multi-medal winner for the Dutch. already. You can see he's not going to be fast enough, or not looking to try and be fast enough to challenge Stiger with this particular round. Still got the inside line, making it as efficient as he can. To be fair to Yer, he's got a little bit quicker as this round's unfolded, but I'm not sure he can get to 54 in terms of the time bracket. He's way too slow for that, but he's still solid. 58.18. Sorry, 58.13 to read it correctly. So that goes into the top 10 for now. Yeah, Vreeling winner last night, top 10 nights. Starting a good run here in Leipzig. Looking packed this evening for the jumping. A great time. Steve Gerda leads, Philip Schulze top of Marco Kutscher, Kevin Stout, Hans Dieter, and Jules van Hooydonk. Zacharias Shabala is the next up. Rides, or I should say ridden by Gabriel Zabo Jr., who rides for Hungary. Qualified and rode in the World Cup final in 2018 and 2017, and 2018 and 2017. Not a bad round. It's just not as quick as it would need to be to really push them high on that leaderboard. But if it's sub 60, which it isn't, it's 60.35. It's a round that will go into the mix in 14th place so far. It was Gerbo Saspro Jr. riding Hungary. 9 to go. Just 9 more left, which there are 1, 2, 3, 4 more for Germany. And then a mix of Switzerland, Sweden, Great Britain, Poland, and France. Catherine Eckermann, though. Next up for Germany, Iron Dames, Carla Mandia, NRW. This has been one of the standout mares. Mandia is mare by Caspertano out of a Valentino mare. She had a little tap in the middle of the combination, nothing moved. Oh no, it's done it again. The defender fence goes at the end, 54.93. She was heading into second place, and then the last fence gets in the way of Catherine Eckermann. Such a good opportunity as well, but that was a case of lightning strikes twice. after what we saw with David Bill, it is the same again for Catherine Eckermann. Still, though, Switzerland lead. Germany have got they've got 3 more chances. But Swiss have got a chance to go back at all of them because they've got Martin last to go. Sweden with another. Great Britain with another. Poland with 1 more. Now, though, this is the turn of France. Julien Akatin. He's riding a full dollar to Ragade. This is by El Toro de Mus. Oh dear! I hope they're okay. I think the rider thrown well clear and the horse just unfortunately losing its footing on landing, which saw all the weight of both horse and rider tipping forward. But there is, as we know, at any FEI event, and especially here, a quite brilliant team. The horse up on its feet, having a little canter round. Maybe I'll just take a moment or two to be caught as well, because they're out there in the middle of the arena. Rider's okay, can see there's a lot of adrenaline pumping. Big atmosphere around the arena. Bridles come off. And they now just need to allow Full Dollar a little bit of time just to calm down before they look to try and catch her. And that they've already done. The groom was over there. Grooms, of course, know their horses as well as their friends, if not better. They are the closest thing to them. But it was such a shame. It was a real spill. But it thrills and spills. We'll take the spills as long as no one's hurt. And on this occasion, it's great to know both have walked away absolutely fine. Julien Akatin, and it's not France's night. Next up is Poland. Or Qualifier riding Pure Passion for second, Life Z. Frustrating for them, the plank again involving itself quite early in this course. To remind you, it is only fence 3. It has undone quite a few riders. Four is the final score, and 64.77 is the final time there for Poland's Professor Konoparki and Pure Passion. Look, there are definitely, I've got 6 more to go, 3 for Germany, 1 for Great Britain, 1 for Sweden, 1 for Switzerland. Steve thinks he's done enough. Mario Stevens goes next in front of his home crowd here. One of the 3 still to jump for Germany. Carry 22 is the name of the man. go back on the Western European League after jumping in London before Christmas, and then he's had a couple of weeks out of the international spotlight. But he's pushing on here. He knows that there's a small chance he could still find his way ahead of Steve Gerdad, because he'll have known and understood how so many of these riders would have walked there or ridden the course, because he's been able to watch the first part of the class. 54.10 though is a really strong time. 55.71 sits in second. It's quite a gap. Clock stopped. 57.08 to go into fifth for Mario Stevens and carry 22. Well done, Mario. That goes into fifth ahead of Hans-Dieter Dreyer. That'll be just behind Kevin Stad and Vida Locazette, who for France sit in fourth. So Germany.
Eine bekannteste Rennsportfamilie Nissan Cousin Robert freuen wir uns nun als nächstes auf ihn. Steve Gerdad 54.1.
Well, there's a big intro coming. Donald Whittaker goes next. We saw his cousin a little earlier on. Now it's the turn of Donald Millfield Collect. Five-star Grand Prix winner in the summer at Hickstead in the famous King George, the 5th Gold Cup. These two. Twelve-year-old mare by Corneta Blensky. Set off at quite a rate of knots here. Donald's looking to try and get himself involved with the prizes. If he comes inside here, it's going to be a very important round, this. Sure he's fast enough to beat Steve, but this is still a really strong round. Well done, Donald Whittaker. 56.54 on a night where the pace is hot. He is in 5th place. Just moved Mario Stevens down one, and he slots now in behind Kevin Schnell. So the British riding, the British star, Donald Whittaker, Millfield Collette, top 5 for Great Britain. Us now just 4 more to go, and the first of the 4 is the next stop for Germany, still trying to chase Steve Gerdad and Looping Luna. 54.10. This is Marvin Jungle riding ESP Contender S. And there is the bell for the first of these final 4 to go. Another of Germany's under 25s, 24 years of age. did the 2-star with the horses last week in Neustadt Dos. Good way to get ready for this week, but unfortunately he's at the first part of the combination down, which I think was the one part we hadn't seen fall. Over the 60, in fact 63, 78 and 4. That partnership for Germany of Marvin Dungel, 24-year-old with the SP Contendra S. And then number 3 more to go. The replay that you won't want to watch because it's the first part of the combi going down, which has cost him been any higher. So we're into the final 3, and now to another of the most successful riders in the sport. It is Rolf Göran from Sweden, and that has won more Grand Prix than most. Of course, he rode the Great Casal. This is Zareko HV. By really on Rocco Blue. The ride that he used in Paris last summer. Of course, part of the team with this ride at the Longines League of Nations final back in Barcelona. I think this will be the first time for these two at one of the World Cup shows, though. Horses obviously had a little bit of downtime. Lovely clear. 56.62 on the clock as well. We'll see them go into 6. Yes, race for a minute. Hero HV. And get very set up and ready for the coming days. I suspect the horses we see in this class are more likely to be the horses we see, of course, in that Grand Prix, or that World Cup class, I should say, on Sunday afternoon. The Grand Prix actually comes tomorrow night. They split them here. Well, here is Hans Oelmann for Germany, the penultimate combination with Tokyo 4. So, 2 to go. Steve Gerda leading from Philip Schulze, top of Marco Kutscher, Kevin Stout, Donald Whitaker, and Rolf Göran. Kept up really good pace. Look at that. He really attacked the turn. He got a lovely stride to the Longines fence, and he's got 2 to go. He wants to be anywhere near the money. He knew he had to be quick. But how quick is he? That is quite brilliant. 55.23. Goes second, surely. Punches the air, and the crowd really enjoying it. Hans Oelmann will be the best for Germany tonight, because there's just 1 to go. We know that the Swiss are going to win this. We're not sure with which rider, but there is one to go, and he's from Switzerland. So the Swiss star, he got out leading, but that was as close as anyone. Positive round of jumping. Really trying to force the issue. So Hans Ullmann, 55.23, is just around a second behind. There's one more to go, and it is the world number 5, the superstar that is Martin Fuchs, tonight with Conor Jay. This brilliant gelding of his top string was the combination that had that amazing 5-star Grand Prix win in Dublin last year. Today, but one of their super rounds in this sport. And is he going to try and push this evening? We will see. He had a win in Basel last week. He, of course, had a quite brilliant Geneva. What is he able to do tonight? Oh, that was tight. Come on, Martin. He's his good friend, of course, teammate as well, Steve Gerdat leading. But when it comes to competition, they always want to beat each other. It's wonderful gelding by Conor, owned by Adolfo Yuri, has had the rail. It is over. It is over, and the result locks in. Right, a week ago was Martin's night in Basel, but Friday night in Leipzig, it is Steve's night. Not to be for Martin Fuchs and Conor Jay. Sadly, they have those two fences down at 58.36. Turns out to be the final time. He will get his chance over the coming days. I'm sure he builds towards trying to pull together a big result on Sunday. Of course, when he was here in 2022, let's not forget, this is the venue where Martin won Longines in the final. But tonight's winner is Steve Gerdat. Well done, Steve. Looping Luna, the 11-year-old man by Lord Fauntleroy. Steve Gerdat wins on Looping Luna for Switzerland, ahead of that brilliant round towards the end from Hans Ullmann and Tokyo 4. And Philip Schulze top off, another top young talent with Carla NRW rounding out the podium. Germany continuing though with Marco Kutscher in 4th on Aventador S is the lineup. Kevin Stout in 5th with Vida Loca, and Great Britain's Donald Whitaker and Millfield Collette pick up 6th place tonight. What a start to a Friday. What a weekend to come. FEI TV with you throughout with the big classes, including, and most importantly, that Longines FEI Jumping World Cup round for the Western European League here live on FEI TV on Sunday. Phil Gazala will take you through that. Still to come tonight, it's the opening drive for the FEI Driving World Cup. That over the next couple of days as well, bringing together the final lineup of qualifiers for the final in Bordeaux. All of that as well. Sarah will take you through that in a little while. Looking forward to some more jumping tomorrow in that big competition. What a night! What a win! What a start! Let's leave you with the presentations. Enjoy, and enjoy the driving to come a little later here on FEI TV.
Eine Zeit von 4 Tagen und Ihre Hilfe. Ihre Spitze. Dankeschön. Das war ja langsam Hilfe. Crossmatch, Langlebigkeit und Leidenschaft, wie beieinander. Mit seinem komischen Design und der modernsten Landetechnik bleibt er auch im 21. Jahrhundert das Maßkönig. Der Designer ist in Reihenlinien und verschiedensten Antriebsvarianten für jegliche Herausforderung realistisch. Mit 305 Tonnen Anhängelast und bis zu 8 Sitzen ist er Ihr perfekter Begleiter. Ihre Defender-Partner erwarten Sie in Halle 3 im Stand H22 oder natürlich bei Ihrem Defender-Partner in Leipzig und Dresden. Und wie immer bei den großen Siegerehrungen kommt unser Ehrenkomitee, hereingebracht von den wunderbaren Gelderländer Kutsche der Familie Meckes. Seit vielen Jahren begleitet uns Familie Meckes aus den Niederlanden. Der Jan Meckes mit seiner Schwester Hanneke bereits zum 16. Mal hier in Leipzig. Sie begeistern mit ihren ausdrucksstarken Gelderländer Fäden das Publikum mit ihren Top-Pferden Jefferson und Hugo. Und in der ersten Kutsche begrüßen wir den Vertreter für Jaguar Land Rover Deutschland. Herzlich willkommen, Herr Thorsten Schulz. Nicht nur in einem guten Defender, auch in der Kutsche vertraut er lieber seinen eigenen Fähigkeiten. Er selbst an den Leinen, unser geschäftsführender Gesellschafter der Engage Marketing GmbH. Herzlich willkommen, Volker Wull. Kleines Bläuschen unter Freunden. Jetzt ist er ausgestiegen. Dankeschön nochmal. Jefferson und Hugo, der Jan Meckes und Hanneke Meckes. Ladies and gentlemen, the qualification to the Longines FAI Jumping World Cup on this Sunday, der Defender Cup. Hier kommen sie. Hier sind die beiden Sieger. Hier ist Looping Luna und Steve Gerda. Die Prüfung Nummer 6, Partnerfeld 2025, der Defender Cup, die Qualifikation für den Weltcup am Sonntag. Gewinnt, meine sehr verehrten Damen und Herren, nach Fehlern und Zeit in 54,10 Sekunden. Zum einen Hannoveraner Stute Looping Luna und der Europameister, der Olympiasieger von London, Steve Gerda, für die Schweiz. Zu Ehren unseres Siegers ertönt der Schweizer Psalm, die Nationalhymne seiner Heimat. Zu Ehren dieser erheben wir uns von unseren Plätzen. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise and stand for the national anthem of Switzerland. Glückwunsch. Zu diesem hervorragenden Sieg im Defender Cup. Das Ergebnis wird offiziell bestätigt. Laura van der Graaf aus den Niederlanden, Mitglied der internationalen Jury, gratuliert und besiegelt den Sieg. Sie dürfen einen Defender, meine sehr verehrten Damen und Herren, als Modell zur Erinnerung an diesen großartigen Sieg und natürlich eine Menge Preisgeld, 26.000 €, überreicht, meine sehr verehrten Damen und Herren, für Jaguar Land Rover von Thorsten Schulz. Begleitet von unserem Chef Volker Wulff. Luna. Das sind sie, die beiden Sieger, Ludwig Luna, Steve Gerda. Und was für eine tolle und stimmungsvolle Prüfung, der Defender Cup und eine tolle Runde für den zweiten Platz. Großer Erfolg für Tokio und Hannes Alman, Deutschland. Dritter Platz, ohne Punkte, 55,71 auch für ihn. Ein weiteres tolles Ergebnis, Carla NRW. Der Reiter ist Philipp Schulze-Tophoff. Und die deutschen Erfolge enden noch nicht auf dem vierten Platz. Aventador und Marco Kutscher. Der fünfte Platz, den Mannschafts-Olympiasieger von Rio de Janeiro, wieder Loka Z anfährt. Félicitations, Kevin Stade La France. Great Britain on the sixth position, Melfield Collette und Donald Whittaker. Und der Meister, meine sehr verehrten Damen und Herren, immer noch Mannschafts-Europameister, 62 Jahre jung, mit Zucchero, Rolf Göran Bengtsson. Bunt gemischt. Hannes Anfang 20, Rolf Göran Ende 20. Gratulation. Unsere Top-Reiter, congratulations to the top place riders in this Defender Cup. Vor allem natürlich unseren Sieger. Leipzig macht sich bereit für Ludwig Luna und Steve Gerda. Der zweite Platz für Hannes Alma. Philipp Schulze-Topper. Marco Kutscher. Kevin Sturt. Donald Whittaker. Und der letzte große Applaus, der gehört Rolf Göran Bengtsson. Sie müssen Steve entschuldigen. Er möchte nur, dass wir pünktlich in die Show starten. Das ist nett von ihm, oder? Also machen Sie sich bereit, meine sehr verehrten Damen und Herren, denn wir sind es auch gleich. Nur ein paar Minuten, dann geht es los bei der Sparkassen Sportgala mit der Show.